Pat Robertson is going to hit a new low here. He's going to bring up an old Bob Jones University case on interracial dating, and I think you see where this is going.
Isn't it chilling to think that a practice that was abhorrent and stigmatized for so many years has now become the dominant weapon of the left to hurt those who share traditional values? I want to go back to that Bob Jones case because that was mentioned. Bob Jones never prohibited men and women of different races from getting married. They never had any laws, as I understand. They merely said in their statement of faith they didn't believe that the Bible supported interracial marriage and interracial activity. Now, that was their belief. It actually is not supported by the Bible. What the Bible is talking about is relationship between believers and non-believers, Jews and non-Jews, not black and white. But nevertheless, the whole power of the federal government came after a guy named Coleman, who was a well-known black lawyer, took the case, and it was a landmark case where the government ruled against Bob Jones University, said they weren't entitled to tax-exempt status, and on and on and on, merely because they stated that according to their reading of the Bible, this was prohibited. Now, think what's going to happen to those who clearly read the Bible that a relationship between a man and a man is an abomination before the Lord.
So first, the facts. Yes, Bob Jones University did have a ban on interracial dating. And yes, Pat Robertson right there is trying to walk a fine line here and say, well, the court should have ruled the other way. They should have ruled in favor of Bob Jones. But he didn't really think that you can't, interracial marry or anything or interracial date. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 100% he did. Absolutely. That was exactly what that case was about. So, Pat, whether or not you realize it, you're arguing for, yeah, I mean, you should still have tax-exempt status if you're a Christian school and you want to ban interracial dating. Thank you for finally telling us what we've been saying all along. I've made arguments from the beginning, because whenever he makes these arguments about gay marriage, I would say, Pat, that's no different from saying, the government shouldn't be allowed to stop people from banning interracial marriage, whether it's a church that doesn't want to interracially marry people or a state that doesn't want to interracially marry people. And I got comments, I got messages saying, Kyle, you've gone too far. That's not what Pat Robertson is saying. You're making that up. You're extrapolating to the absurd, to an extreme that he does not believe. He does believe it. He does believe it. If you are a racist and you want to ban interracial marriage and you want to do it and you have a Bible verse to back it up, Pat Robertson says you should be able to ban it because a Bible verse backs it up. That's what he's arguing for. That's what he's arguing for. And it just proves our case all along. The progressives have been right from day one when we say, of course you should not be able to, have a store ban black people because they believe in the Bible, or you have a church say, I won't marry white and black people because that's in the Bible. Of course that shouldn't be allowed, because then what you're doing is you're setting up a system of religious anarchy. You can get away with anything you want to get away with as long as you say the magic word religion. Guys, there are passages in the Bible that are pro-slavery. So if you take this argument to its logical conclusion, as long as you have a sincerely held religious belief in favor of slavery, who's the government to come in and tell you you can't abide by your sincerely held religious belief? That's this argument with its logical conclusion. Pat, what you don't understand is you only have religious liberty insofar as you're not violating a rational secular law. Some religions believe in child sacrifice. Should somebody be able to sacrifice his child because they say it's a sincerely held religious belief? Piss off, government. No, the government absolutely should get involved and say you can't do this, this, and this because those things are illegal, and I don't give a fuck what your ideology is to back it up. I mean, so many people, people who, for religious reasons, are against modern medicine and vaccines. Pat Robertson has to say, it's fine because it's a sincerely held religious belief. No, it is not.